welcome back. So, some of you might be wondering, what are you doing? Cutting the branches. So, I thought I should explain. These are the guadua branches, the ones that are really high. So when the guadua falls, like we had a huge guadua fall, probably because of the storms we had last week. And you can see all these leaves make the best addition to compost, as well as when they dry, they're great to put mulch around, like my pineapples or my trees and my bananas. Basically, I mulch everything with them. You can do them when they're green, because they're going to dry anyway, green or when they're dry. So my compost has a ton of bamboo leaves, but I just collect them from all over here, my guadua forest. Here, that bamboo for us is called guadua, and it's actually one of the, I don't know if it is but one of the biggest species of bamboo, and it's native to Colombia in South America. So, what I'm doing is creating a wattle fence out of these for two reasons. To line the property so it has a defining line to the property over, and it looks pretty. I like the look of it. Secondly is my dogs. I can make it pretty high and they won't escape. So, and the benefits of this is when it's dry, it's still bendable, but when it's green, obviously it's more bendable, and I can kind of weave it like so. So I'm going to take off all these little branches, all the little ones here, which it's strong, so you still need a machete. I'm going to take all of them off, let them dry, and then I can take, and the leaves will just start falling off. Once they start drying, they'll fall off. But it's almost like in the US or in countries that have a lot of willow. We don't have willow on the farm, but this is very similar to a willow branch because it's like very flexible. Even the dry ones, they're not like as flexible as green, obviously, but they're still, this is a dry guadua branch. I don't know if you can see. It's still pretty flexible, and I can still kind of weave it. I did a fence over there, I'll show you. So the plan is, well, this fence isn't as pretty because I didn't really know what I was doing, and the one I have going started out pretty not super pretty, and then I started figuring it out how to do it because obviously I don't know what I'm doing. So once I start doing something, I get the hang of it. So I'm going to plant some, to outline where you put these in between. I'm actually going to plant some of these trees. I just basically cut the trunks off trees, which you saw in the last video, me cutting trees, because as soon as I put them in the ground, they'll start rooting and grow. So it's to outline the property line, creating a nice border. You see I have a lot of flowers. I'm obsessed with flowers because I'm creating a garden for bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds, because I'm going to get some meliponas and angelitas, which is stingless bees. The whole point of me wanting to actually farm and homestead is to start a bee farm. I don't know why, but ever since I've heard about the angelitas and meliponas, I've just wanted to learn all about them. So first step is create an environment where they will thrive and that they will love. Hence all the flowers around my property. I already have 2 hives. Since they're native, they're just in the ground. So yeah, it was a huge thing of me buying this place, just because I saw that they thrived here. So I knew that once I start putting them and buying the boxes, they will like it here, especially if I plant things that they like. So I'm searching and researching flowers that they specifically enjoy. So zinnias and marigolds are easy, everything likes them, but I'm slowly putting things that are native to the meliponas and the angelitas. So yeah, that is like the big plan of the farm. So to get there, you have to do the work, which I'm doing now. So yeah, these are see, you can see Even the brown one, the dry one, is even flexible. But the green obviously won't break. It's be like, you can just do like this. So yeah, that's long-term plan, but for now we're still on the growing. We're still on the getting there. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Let me show you the fence I made. This was the first fence, native, well, first, I don't know, natural fence I made. And like I said, it's not the most beautiful, but you know, it's not the most high tech. And I kind of just did it to be like, ooh, what can I create with it? Because all this here was just kind of taking up space. And it was just sitting here. And it was annoying and ugly. And it had no rhyme or reason. So the whole goal of this little area is, so I have the pond. I've been planting these like little palms around it to create like a hangout area and to expand my compost to plant veggies that like shade in cooler temperatures. And I'm moving, like I moved this black elephant ear, I think it's called a black elephant ear plant here. It likes shade, it was in the sun, we'll see how it does. I moved some of these lilies over here. I moved these lilies over here from up the hill. They like shade better. And yeah, you can see, so this is the edge of my property. There's a spring, a little river behind it. In front, I'm collecting these from around the property and putting them in front. They all like shade and kind of wet climate. So slowly I'm expanding this fence all the way down. I think it looks good. I mean, once all this stuff starts growing up and gives it like a defining line, I like to see things like defined. Hence the... and that kind of ends right there. It ends there because there's a bunch of guado over there and I didn't really want to put it there. So it might just be until there. I'm not sure yet. But I do want the dogs not to escape, so I probably will eventually have it go all the way around the property, like a living fence. And then I'm going to plant plants in front of it, flowers, and some things that like viney stuff to make living walls. So when this all starts rotting, the living fence will take over and create like a wall. But the hardest part is I have to bring it all from this side of the property all the way over there. But that's okay. It's part of living on the hill. And you can see all these little things right here, all this mess right here. I can cut them. I have a little cutter and I can be part of the fence. So it's not like I'm going to run out of material. And it's free. I don't have to buy it. I have a plantain tree I got cut down the other day. But yeah, it's a nice, relatively flat space down here. It's a little hilly, but it's flat compared to the rest of the property, so it's pretty nice. I love it. And these right here are what I'm moving to put in front of the fence. They're gorgeous. I don't know if they're heliconia or some form of like a ginger lily. And then I have some wild nettle. This is wild nettle. And there's a little spring that goes between there. And that's basically just runoff from my water. So it's not a water creek. It's just runoff from our pond. So that technically is not a creek. And the bananas and the plantains do well here. Yeah, so long story short, that's what we're working on. That's what I'm working on today. And probably for a very long time. But just to give you some context of what's happening here on the little homestead. Nixie. I have a nice big pile. I actually decided to take the leaves, the green leaves, to the other side because I can use it on my yucca. And I have a bunch of garden beds over there. So when it dries, I won't have to come over here to collect it. I can just have it over there already. So yeah, so now I just have to move this pile and then I have two more. You can't really tell because it's green. Two more big pieces there. Another dry one there, but the dry ones are great because I'm using them in terracing the beds and as poles. And I have one over here. So yeah, I think I have plenty, at least to get a good chunk of my fence built in the next few days. Lulo. Tons of Lulo. It loves this area down here. The trees are so big and beautiful. The other day I made this little rock garden. I put some I put some cardboard down and some banana leaves and compost. And I'm gonna put some flowers and herbs in here, some basil, some parsley, and some flowers. But it's in a good spot. It's nice and sunny, a little shady, a little shadow in the afternoon. If you've been following, this is my yucca patch, which is doing quite well. Almost all of them have leaves now. Alrighty, this, okay, don't laugh, because this is my makeshift little wattle fence. Actually, this side, doesn't look too bad. Yesterday I carved some stairs here to make it easier to me to go up. And now I have to go bring over what I found yesterday, and then I need to put a few more no, I think this side's okay actually. If I just go up to this stick right here, about right there. And for now, I'm probably going to start going down. My weed whacker currently is broken. I know. So I think today I'm probably just going to bring over my stuff. And I'm going to bring over my stuff and then fill in, make this a little bit taller. And then in the next couple of days, when my weed whacker's back, I can start cleaning up there and go up or down. So yeah, that's the plan. That's what we're doing the afternoon and picking coffee. I'm gonna have a really good harvest. This is my current butterfly garden. All the zinnias, but I also have a ton of tomatoes growing, potatoes and beans, all the good things. Things that don't need a lot of energy are growing really well. I didn't plant any of it. It's all volunteer. So yeah, we'll see. I got a little bit more. That's definitely high enough for the dogs, but I think I'm going to go a little bit higher tomorrow. And got this a little more organized. It's not going to be the most beautiful wattle fence, but it'll have to do. I'm going to get some bamboo and put it down to hold it a little bit tighter also, like taller ones, because this I kind of made a mess. And right, I put a tree. Gonna start this side tomorrow. So yeah, we're slowly getting there. All right, that's all I'm doing for today. I'll see you guys later. Bye.